Hello guys, welcome back to S3D, and this is gonna be a review of the Hasbro G.I. Joe retro carded Scarlett. So from my understanding, I think this figure is mostly completely new mold from head to toe, including some accessories. Now she is actually using some accessories from other figures in this series. So yeah, not everything is 100% new, but I think a lot of it is new, especially the figure itself is actually completely new. So she's part of the, I guess the second wave of these retro carded line. And here's her ridiculous, gigantic file card. I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of this packaging, but whatever. In this wave, we have Recondo, Scarlett, and Duke. These two are super heavy reuse from previous modes. I think Recondo is probably a completely reuse, so I don't see that figure being very popular. But Scarlett here, I think they did a decent job, although there's definitely some issues to talk about. All right, so anyway, we have the packaging. I'm just not a fan of this packaging. I think it's like too much. This thing, I think they can take all this entire thing for the weapons and stick it to the back. I mean, they already have a little bottom tray for the extra accessories. I don't see why they can't just have this tray behind it and just cut the bubble down a little bit. But anyway, we're gonna take a look at the figure. We're gonna take a look at the accessories. And yeah, let's get into it. All right, so officially these are all her accessories. We're gonna start from the left. We have the backpack here. This one is just very plain, doesn't have any wash, doesn't have any paint on it. It looks all right, and it's functional. You can attach the I guess the AR, and then you can attach the laser rifle. I don't know the name of that laser rifle, so I'm just gonna call it the laser rifle. And we have her alternate ponytail. This is when you attach a backpack to her back. This ponytail has a little curve that allows it to clear the backpack. So that's that. And we have her crossbow here. This is so much better than what we got from the original release. That thing looks like a sci-fi mumbo jumbo pile of bullshit. And the arrow doesn't come off, it's molded in. It does have paint though, the original one. So this one, yeah, I think they're going for a slight realism here because it's actually a lot smaller. I think designed specifically for her because the handle, it's a bit smaller. Yeah, it's pretty good. And with the crossbow, you have various arrows that you can use. You have this one right here. I think this is a pretty bad decision using this background, but I gotta do what I have. So yeah, this is I don't know, a grappling hook. I think all the arrows that she comes with are actually slightly different. Yeah, so the tips are slightly different. You can clearly see they're different, so that's very nice. And we have her pistol right here. Can't tell what this is. Seems like it's been years since I work in the gun industry. I don't recognize this gun, unfortunately. And we have her knife, which is painted. They didn't went super lazy, so that's definitely good. And we have the Joe laser rifle, same one as Duke. So this is definitely a reuse. And I know this is a reuse because I've seen other figures with this one. So yeah, the magazine is removable. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah, and unfortunately, these things are still pretty gummy. It's less gummy than before, where it's like, it just flops around. But yeah, these are very, I don't know, I think either they use too much plasticizers on these to make them that gummy or flexible. It could potentially be a problem for some people. All right, so we have the included stand. These are, I think, exclusive to the retro line because they don't include them in the classified series. And then we have alternate hands, fisted hands. So that's really nice. People have been asking for alternate hands for classified series, and they finally offered it. All right, next we're gonna look at the figure. All right, so for the most part, this figure is pretty well done-ish. There are some significant issues with the shoulders, as you can see. It's actually really hard to bring her arm in, so her arm is always gonna be like in this position, which honestly look a little ridiculous. You can definitely apply some heat and then try to get the shoulder in a little bit more, you know, closer to the body, but it is very, very tough. As soon as you trying to get her arm raised, it's gonna get stuck back in this position. So that is pretty horrible. Yeah, I think those shoulder joints need to either be slightly redesigned in the future, or you know, maybe if you take it apart and do some dremeling and modification, you can get it to you know, be able to be more like that. But for now, yeah, this drives me crazy. Another issue, I think this is a personal opinion. Some people like this head sculpt, some people doesn't. I think it really doesn't represent what we see on the artwork. With Duke, at least it looked very close. This doesn't. I do not like this head sculpt. I think something is really, really off here. It does not look good in many angles. Yeah, it sucks. If I was gonna keep this figure, I would definitely replace the head sculpt with the original release. I think that one was fine. Even maybe the movie release, you know, to make her look like who's that lady? I forgot her name. But anyway, I will hold on. Samara Weaving, that head sculpt, I think could work. Yeah. I don't know if it will fit on the ball joint, or it might look a little bit too big or too small. Yeah, like Hasbro don't make their stuff with consistency in mind, so sometimes like stuff just doesn't work. So yeah, overall still a very nice looking figure. There's some weird design choices right here, like the molded in pistol on the forearm. I think I briefly talked about that. That drives me crazy too. And this grenade right here. Again, these are all personal nitpicks. I would prefer that is just like a actual grenade that you can take off. But yeah, and it's not molded right. It's like half a grenade stuck onto, you wonder what happened to the other half. Yeah. Like once you see it, you can't unsee it. So that's kind of a deal breaker. Also, the belt is pegged into the body. There's a peg hole right here with a peg on the belt. So if you remove this belt, she's gonna have a hole right there. I guess you can find something to cover it or something like that. We have the knife and the right here, the strap right here. I think it's well enough, you know. There's really not much to complain about. There's QC issues here and there, but it's a new mold, you know. It looks like what we look closer to the classic figure than what the original release, and I think I'm okay. Yeah. I can keep complaining, but what's the point, right? So yeah, got a decent amount of accessories. Next, we're gonna take a look at the articulation on this figure. All right, so unfortunately, even with the drop-down hips, she is not able to do the full splits. What you can do in order to achieve that is you can rotate this section this way, but then the pouch will be in a very weird looking position. Then you can actually achieve you know, a split. But yeah, unfortunately, that's just not gonna work. You know, she can do a roundhouse kick, but she cannot do like a straight vertical, completely split situation. The Jada Chun-Li can do it. I don't know why Hasbro don't make their figure like that. And I don't really think the Jada figure actually have drop down hips. So something is ridiculously going on with this company. Yeah. Something is wrong with the engineering. And of course, every time you complain about articulation, they're going to blame it on the, child safety rating. Oh, if the figure breaks in that position, it can cause harm to the child. If it articulates this way, that way, you're gonna, some kids are gonna get hurt. Yeah, it's an adult collectible, technically, but officially, it's being sold to children. So it's gonna have to have all these safety features, just so kids don't get hurt. And that's their excuse. So yeah, whether you're buying that or not, that's completely up to you. But this figure, I think is okay, it's adequate. Got good articulation, double jointed knees. Got boot swivel. I don't think you actually have a bicep swivel like right there where the cut is. I think that's all molded in. Maybe if you loosen the glue, maybe you can get that to swivel. I haven't had any luck. We have ponytail swivel, but that's basically, since you can swap it out. And not much other improvements. She has a double jointed elbow, pinless legs, pinless arms, but those are all present in the previous releases in 2023. So yeah, pretty standard. It's got some decent accessories, a lot of accessories, and it's a new mold. So I have to give them credit for that. So to give this figure a rating for $24.99, I think I will give this figure 8 out of 10. Being very, very, very generous, considering all the issues I personally have on this figure. I think it's fine. If you're not too concerned about accuracy of the head sculpt, and you just want a Scarlett in your collection, yeah, I think it's fine. If you're like, you have to have the perfect Scarlett figure, you probably have to do some kit bashing. But yeah, it's a decent figure. Since it's a new mold though, I think a lot of people will be picking this figure up. And it's a female figure, so sometimes they don't produce too many female figures because, 14-year-old boys or any boys under the age of 14 are probably not interested in buying a whole army of female figures, right? Just ask Todd McFarlane, right? So yeah, it could become like kind of rare or not, who knows. So yeah, I do recommend it. If you guys find it, I would say, yeah, buy the bullet, pay $25 for it. Or, I guess, who knows, maybe in a couple months this thing will go on clearance. Because this head sculpt is killed it, completely killed it. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.